Good morning, my loves. Happy Saturday. It's about 6 a.m. here at the lake. Sun has not come up yet. I'm sure it's chilly out there. It's in the 30s. The sun probably doesn't want to come up. It's too cold. But it will. The high today, I think, is in the 60s, which for us, the 60s is pretty normal for this time of year. The 30s, not so much. That's pretty chilly for Arizona. People are really bundled up. Today's topic is pretty darn interesting. We know people, in a family, in your neighborhood, your coworkers, people in general. And everybody tends to judge people, either on first impressions or things you hear or just after being around them. So I want to talk about some things people do, why they do them, so maybe you can be a little bit more empathetic, maybe a little more compassionate, maybe. So we're going to start, and if anybody knows me, if it's anybody I work with or anybody close to me, you'll probably think, I wonder if that's who she's talking about. And yeah. So if you are around someone, someone who they're attention seeking. I mean, our office environment, as this is an example, is it's business casual. But once in a while you have to suit up. If I know I'm meeting with a client, I will wear a suit. I will dress appropriately, more than business casual. But there are those that they want to seek the approval. They want to seek the respect of others. And they think that by wearing a suit, by telling everybody how much they earn, by telling everybody how much their bonuses are, by telling everybody what kind of car they drive, on and on and on, that is going to get people to respect them and admire them, to look up to them. It's not how it works. And they don't realize it, but they're just causing people to resent them and dislike them. They don't see it that way. They don't understand that, because to them, they're showing everybody, I have all of this, so you should respect me. No, honey. Respect, no, it's not like that. Respect is earned. You either admire someone's position, their traits, their qualities, their morals, their ethics, their values, or you don't. It has nothing to do with, I'm trying to get in the right light, with what kind of clothes you wear, the car you drive, where you live, how much you earn. No. It's your attributes. It's what you bring to the table. That's where respect comes in. It has absolutely nothing to do with how you dress, the car you drive, the money in your account, your job title. It's what you bring to the table. You cannot beat respect into someone. And I know a lot of people that try. It doesn't work like that. You want someone to respect you, give them a reason to respect you. Show them your good qualities, good morals, ethics, values. For a company, have a good mission statement and live up to the mission statement. Make sure all of your employees live up to that mission statement. That's how you get respect. I spoke to someone the other day and we were talking about dating. And I haven't dated in a long time, but they date frequently. And they were talking about, guys that would, try to flash a lot of money, talk about their vehicles, talk about their cars, their boats and their trips and their houses and all the women that they've had and have. And she said, do they think that's impressing me? And I said, yeah, they do. They do. They don't realize that's a big turnoff. Because honest to God, that stuff's transient. I mean, look at the people in California right now who have lost their beautiful homes, their beautiful cars, their beautiful clothes. Maybe they've lost their place to work. Maybe they've lost loved ones because of the fires. you can lose stuff. Because everything these people are bragging about is stuff. It comes, it goes. That's nothing to brag about. Again, you want somebody to look up to you, to like you. Show them your attributes. Show them what you bring to the table. I was talking to someone else, a guy, that was talking about dating somebody, and this was his term, that was a real ball buster. And he said, you know what that is? I said, oh, honey, please. I used to be one. For those that don't know me, and for those that do know me, back in the 80s, I have to stop and think a minute, back when I was working as a nurse in a hospital, I was, in the 80s, I was in my late 20s and my 30s. I was very attractive. I made a lot of money. I had a good job. And I was a total flaming bitch. Seriously. And if you are any of the guys that I treated horribly, I am so sorry. I owe people so many big apologies for being such a total bitch. I mean, seriously. I had criteria. I mean, I still do. But it was ridiculous. And I was rude about it. And I would have perfectly nice guys ask me out, and I would tell them no because they didn't meet the criteria. And I wouldn't do it in a nice way. I would do it in an evil bitch way. What the hell was I thinking? Why? Why would I be rude to somebody? They're being vulnerable. They're coming up. They're asking me out, and I'm being evil about it? Definitely shame on me. I mean, seriously. That's horrible. And I am so regretful for behaving like that because it's just ridiculous. I mean, it is, I'm admonishing myself. Shame on you, Brenda. I mean, it was just, no. If somebody asks you out and you don't want to go out with them, be nice. Say, no, I don't think so. Or I'm seeing somebody, I'm busy. Don't be mean. Don't be mean and ugly about it. Because that is a reflection on you. It might hurt their feelings, but it's showing them what you're really like. They dodged a bullet. Yeah. So this friend was talking to me about ball busters, and I said, oh, God, I was horrible. I was just, I mean, it's nothing to brag about. That's for damn sure. But it's a reflection on the girl, that she does not like herself, that she doesn't trust men. For this individual, if you're a ball buster and you're dating guys, that you don't trust other people. You have been hurt. You're going to hurt them before they hurt you. That's all you're saying. And now this is an important thing to keep in mind if you're dating. If you're dating and it's time to introduce whomever you're dating to your children, I want you to think about a couple of things. Do you want your child to have an emotional attachment to this person? That happens very quickly with many kids. And they will want to be like that person. Maybe the girl's pretty and your daughter wants to be just like her. Well, your daughter may adopt that attitude. Think about it. Your son may adopt the attitude of whomever you're dating. If you're dating a guy, of course. I know when my son was growing up, I dated a really nice guy for about 10 years. Great guy. The reason we stopped dating, I moved out of state to take care of my parents when they were older and my mom had cancer. But I dated Galen for over 10 years. Absolutely amazing guy. We are still friends to this day. And he was a great role model to my son. He helped my son with science projects and everything. He was a good guy. He really, really was a good guy. And he and his wife have a daughter, and I mean, very lucky to have him in their lives. Great guy. But be careful, because if you're dating a jackass, your kid's going to pick up those behaviors because they might look up to them. So be mindful of who is around your child. Okay? People don't think that far. So often when you're dating, you're trying to find Mr. or Miss Right to build a life with. Remember that child is going to be in the mix. How do they treat your child? Are they kind? Are they respectful? Are they compassionate and considerate? Do they ignore your child? Are they abusive to your child? Or do they, just literally have no use for your child? That's your child, not mine. I don't want anything to do with them. Whatever. Do they try to over-discipline your child? These are things to think about. What are they trying to prove? Just some things to put out there. But getting back to the topic of people and their personalities. There are those that are just plain damn lazy, They are apathetic. They don't care about anything, anyone. They just want to do their thing and to hell with everybody else. They are very unhappy people. They don't want to go with you. If a bunch of people are going to lunch, going to dinner, they don't want to go. You invite them to the movies, they don't want to go. If you invite them to the barbecue that everybody's going to, they don't want to go. Leave them alone. Let them be miserable by themselves. It's their choice. They are choosing to be miserable. They may be attention-seeking, wanting everybody to say, "Oh, are you okay? Please come. We'll come get you." Attention-seeking behavior. And there again, maybe they just want to be left the hell alone. But the way I am, I will ask somebody because, I go to lunch with coworkers a couple of times a week, and it's a lot of fun. And there are people that we will say, "Hey, you want to come?" I will do that. I will ask somebody, I will invite them to come along twice. And you're not getting a third invitation. I mean, if you're busy and you can't get away, totally get that. Absolutely. But if you're just like, "Yeah, no, don't think so." Okay. And many times, because I am a very generous person, I will say, "Hey, Mama's buying today. You better come." And if they say, "No, don't think so," I'm not going to invite you again. No. I'm not going to beg you to be my friend. No. Now, yesterday, a bunch of us went out to eat. I was expecting myself and 2 coworkers, and I was buying lunch. And 2 of us got to the restaurant early because they took everybody, we took 2 cars, and other people showed up as well. That was a surprise on my part. But yes, I had said I was going to buy everybody lunch, and I did. But yeah, when somebody's inviting a couple of people to go along and, "Hey, I'm picking up the check," don't start inviting more people. That's really rude and inconsiderate. And you can't say, "Well, they're going to pay for their own," because, they're going to think, "Well, why isn't she paying for mine? She's paying for theirs." So come on, let's just be smart about it, okay? Now, lastly, just very quickly, we're going to talk about people that are people pleasers, because we all know people pleasers, and they're insecure. They want to be liked. They want to be accepted. They do not want to be taken advantage of, but so often they are, because they just want to make everybody happy. You would not believe how many attorneys that I know, because most of my friends are either attorneys or doctors, how many attorneys are actually very non-confrontational. They don't like conflict, especially in their home life. They don't like conflict in the office. Now, in the courtroom, that's a whole different battle. But at home, at work, no. They want everybody to play nice, and they will people please. I know. Or they will bury their head in the sand and pretend problems don't exist. Yeah. So, just some food for thought. Just a couple of things to think about with the people in your lives. And pay attention to your kids, please. Watch the patterns that they are developing. Is your child becoming a people pleaser? Because it's dangerous for children. Because that's very easy for a child to be sucked into the wrong group as a people pleaser. So monitor your kids. Don't let your kids be a bully, a gossip. That's awful. A reactive abuser. Somebody who, quote unquote, teases, a little too rough. No. People that tease like that, they are bullies. They are bullies. you know, in our office, we all joke and tease, but there are people that make fun of people's height, make fun of their ethnicity, and they will say they're doing it as a joke. Oh, I'm just teasing. They know I'm teasing. Really? Why are you really speaking down to them? Why? Do you disrespect them that much? Do you have a problem with them? So check your kids. Check the people that they're around, because they're going to adopt the behaviors of the people. They're going to mirror the behaviors of the people they admire. Make sure they are in good company. Keep yourself in good company. Stay warm today. It's going to be chilly out there. If you are in California, please know everybody's praying for y'all. Get safe. Get your pets safe. Just keep everybody in your prayers. And yes, please pray for Seneca Todd to be found and brought home. And for all the missing kids. Everybody that is missing, that has been trafficked, that has been abducted, that we don't know what happened to. Please keep them and their families in your thoughts and prayers. And have a nice Saturday.